In a century of empires, one man dared to dream a continent into a single heartbeat. His name was Kwame Nkrumah, a teacher who became a titan, a fighter who became a founder. He freed a nation and reached for a continent, only to be cut down as the dream took shape. This is the story of the man who tried to unite Africa and the forces that tried to stop him. Born on the Gold Coast, Kwame Nkrumah's first revolution was education. He crossed the Atlantic to America and Britain, studying Garvey and Du Bois, learning that liberation is both poetry and policy. He helped organize the 1945 Pan-African Congress in Manchester, where the call to end colonial rule became a rallying cry. Back home, he formed the Convention People's Party, Self-Government Now. The British locked him up. From his cell, his movement grew. And in 1951, his party won the election. On March 6, 1957, Ghana became the first sub-Saharan African colony to win its freedom. "Ghana is free forever," he declared. But then, the line that mattered most: the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa. But building a nation was one thing. Uniting a continent, with the world's superpowers watching your every move, was another game entirely. Nkrumah didn't just dream. He drew blueprints. He launched the Volta River Project to power an industrial future, and co-founded the Organization of African Unity in 1963, pushing for a common market and a single voice. But unity had enemies. The Cold War turned Africa into a chessboard. Nkrumah tried to remain non-aligned, but pressure mounted. At home, critics grew louder. An assassination attempt at Kulungugu in 1962 nearly took his life. He argued that neo-colonialism, economic control, was replacing the old empires. To some, he was a visionary. To others, a threat. In February 1966, while on a peace mission to Asia, a coup swept away his government. Exiled in Guinea, he never stopped writing, never stopped dreaming of a united Africa. He died far from home, but his idea refused to. Nkrumah's legacy is a mandate. Freedom isn't just a day on a calendar. It's an economy that feeds its children, a voice that can't be silenced. He taught us that a nation alone is a candle in the wind. A continent together is a sunrise. Subscribe to Jetson for more stories of African power, history, and freedom. Because our history isn't just the past. It's the power that builds our future. Nkrumah's dream didn't die. It lives in us.